Live from the Nevada APWA Fall Conference in beautiful South Lake Tahoe, it's the Rinker PipeCast. With your hosts, Steve Nilfortion.
This might just get as f***ed up as a pile of coat hangers. Oh, y'all are not ready for this.
And Stu Waller.
Storm drain is a meal best served rigid. Yeah, put this in your pipe and smoke it.
Welcome to the Rinker PipeCast.
Welcome. We're back for another episode of the Rinker PipeCast. How are you doing, Stu?
I'm still doing well.
What episode is this now? What are we on now?
Are we 10?
We're on 10?
Is it 10 or
is
11?
This 10?
No, 10.
I don't know. But hey,
Close enough.
Close enough. It's been a good conference trade show so far.
It has.
We got some good guests coming up. Raquel Floyd's going to stop by. She's the current president of Nevada APWA. Yep, Deanna's going to be coming in. So Raquel's going to. She's been on the show before,
right?
And then after her, we're going to have Jeremy Leavitt come by, talk about City of Las Vegas projects of Project of the Year nominations.
Awesome.
And then we're going to have Carson City come by, talk about their Project of the Year nomination. And then we're also going to have Garth Oksol going to stop by too.
Garth.
Yeah, Garth. Garth used to be with the RTC of the Orange Book, and then he went to Dyer Consultants, and then from there he is currently with Job Engineers.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he'll be on, and it's going to be a great show. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. Hey, one thing that just came up earlier, I was talking about the fires, the recent fires,
right.
The campfires.
Yeah, terrible.
And so, as I mentioned, so when I was driving in, I saw the charred hills and all the damage that was done. It was pretty awing and just very. It running you speechless because everything is charred. And then, so one of my counterparts with the Concrete Pipe Association in California, he drove the same path, and he actually stopped and checked out some of the burned culverts that are there right now. We actually we have a picture of one. Get that picture up. Okay, there's a picture up right here, as you can see. And what it is you'll see there's a concrete casing, and then inside you see those two folded. That's plastic pipe that got burned, and it's just folding into itself. And luckily the concrete encasing was there. Now we talk a lot about resiliency, especially with storm drain infrastructure. Now a big topic in California is the fire zones, the high risk fire zones.
Okay.
And I don't know, is the picture still up? It is? Okay. We'll keep the picture up. Some guys are watching us. They can't see the picture, but there's a monitor over here if you guys want to see the picture on the screen.
Will.
Yeah, we got people like, what are they pointing at? Anyway, so resiliency is a big topic. In high fire-prone areas, we try to push, not having flammable materials.
Right, yeah.
There, because as you can see, what can happen if, like for example, if concrete encasing's not there and the pipe melts, there's risk of the road collapsing. Okay, now I'm not saying that the plastic pipe shouldn't be put anywhere, but it is a flammable product. It's a petrochemical in solid form, and it has happened. Like up in Santa Rosa, they had thousands and thousands of feet of polyethylene,
miles, water pipe,
right, water pipe as well as storm drain pipe,
storm drain too,
all burn out. So again, resiliency is very important in fire-prone zones. There's legislation going on in California to try to do something about high fire risk zones. They have maps of where these zones are, where you should really focus on resiliency. Okay,
the ASTM committee too. What is that committee?
F17.
Well, the Sustainability Committee.
Oh, the Sustainability, correct.
60, 80, something like that.
Right. So, all of which very important subjects to address.
Right, yeah.
Especially in this day and age.
You can't ignore that as a factor in material selections.
Right, exactly. Is there now from a hazard? Is there a lot of fire issues in Arizona? It's so dry. Yeah. There's no forest fires over there. Like
absolutely.
Really?
Oh yeah, we've been lucky. Yeah. We just had a recent fire in Tucson.
Okay.
Not fire. Well, a pipe burned up under I-8, I believe.
Okay.
Which transient started it. And,
right. Okay.
So,
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So anyway, I don't know if the image is still there, but if it is, it's gone. Okay. All right. We're technology. We just got to make sure we're all on the same page. You had some awards you wanted to announce. Being this is the.
Yeah, we've been stretching them out. The final APWA awards for this year that we're going to announce, 2 top 10 leadership awards.
This is National APWA, correct?
National APWA, and
right.
this is the it was in the April issue.
Okay.
But I think it's worth repeating. These are top 10 public works leaders.
Okay.
First of all, in Arizona, where I'm from, we're going to focus on that.
Okay.
Ginger Spencer, know her very well. Public Works Director, City of Phoenix.
Right.
A lot of great experience there, and we're very proud to have her as an award winner.
Okay.
And then right here in, well, not here, but in Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. City of North Las Vegas.
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
Who knew? He was a utilities director as well as a football player, Tom Brady.
Yeah. Not that Tom Brady.
Who knew?
A different Tom Brady.
Oh, not the same?
No.
Okay, I had a picture. Okay. Anyway, congratulations to both of those
leaders. He got tired
leaders.
of Tampa Bay and said, you know what, I'm going to be an engineer in North Las
He's
Vegas.
done everything else. I'm sick of it myself.
I know Tom. Tom's a great engineer.
Okay.
He's been around for a while. He does a phenomenal job. He's over all the utilities for City of North Las Vegas. And so that award was rightfully achieved.
Excellent. Yeah.
Yep. So like I said, we got the Project of the Year nominations here. City of Las Vegas and Carson City, and they'll be on here in a little bit. But just to kind of highlight,
Good.
So the City of Las Vegas project was the Boulder Highway Storm Drain project. That was a huge project where we had a big involvement with it. Rinker provided a lot of the storm drain conduit that went into there. The main line, which was located in Boulder Highway from Atlantic Street to Sahara, was about 5,467 linear foot of 18 by 8. 20 by 8, 24 by 6, and 15 by 10. Now that gets into the mega boxes. That's a lot of water capacity going, which is needed. And then there was multiple RCB size changes, transitions, and junction structures. There was a lot that went into it. Then they had 2 large 12 by 8 axis shaft structures with surface grates, structures connected to proposed RCP storm drain lines, axis surface grates. And then in addition to that, on Atlantic Street, a major lateral had 1,965 linear foot of everything from 24 to 66 inch RCP.
Sizable project for us.
Very, very sizable project. So like I said, when Jeremy comes on, he'll be on here in a little bit. Actually, we might be able to flag him down right now. Raquel's running a little behind, but let me just might get Jeremy right over there. Tell him we're ready for him. Yeah, Jeremy. Yeah.
He's having a great time. He's not working. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, of course.
Get that mic set up.
There we go. Of course.
Yeah. While we're waiting, fun fact. I got a fun fact.
What you got?
Do we have any fun fact music?
Fun fact music. I can hear. Here's a little fun fact.
Fun fact soundbite?
No. Go ahead.
No. Okay, we don't need that. According to ASCE, a report released earlier this year, failing infrastructure costs the average family $3,300 per year.
Wow.
Fun fact. Not that fun, I guess, actually.
That's not fun.
Kind of disturbing.
What's the current ASCE grade for infrastructure? Is it still bad? Is good?
It's a D every year. I don't know. Has that changed?
Was it a D this year?
I don't think it could have gotten much better.
I know Nevada, they've gotten pretty decent grade.
Individual.
They ranked upper in the bridge section.
Oh, okay.
Okay. In the bridge.
Different category.
You know what Arizona's grade was?
I don't. I think no higher than a C. I know that.
No higher than a C.
Yeah. We have our pavements are in a little bit rough condition.
Right. Now, is it mainly there's a lot of concrete or asphalt out there?
A lot of asphalt. We're doing more and more concrete these days. But, a lot of rubberized.
Okay. Yeah. What? Now there's another big deal with Auburn. There's some type of research project going on in Auburn.
I have a quick story here. We've talked about resilient infrastructure all day, right?
Right.
Even beyond that, but the NOAA, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, picked a team from Auburn University to lead a $1.5 million project that addresses increasingly critical needs necessary for resilient infrastructure.
Wow.
So that's right along the lines of what we've been talking about.
Okay.
It's also supported by the Federal Highway Administration.
Okay.
And their definition, we always talk about different definitions of resilience.
Okay.
It's interesting. Theirs is the ability to anticipate, prepare for, and adapt to changing conditions and withstand respond to and recover rapidly from disruptions.
Wow.
Interesting. They also, they go on to say, according to NOAA, I should say, the U.S. incurred $22 billion worth of damage.
Wow.
That stems from the weather and climate.
Okay.
And it doesn't say it specifically. I'm assuming that's 2020, and they say that's up from $14 billion in both 2019 and 2018.
Wow, that's a lot.
Finally, an interesting comment with the team. They also consult with Alabama DOT, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers.
Wow.
Community leaders in this area where they're going to do the study, along with NOAA reps and FHWA, and they're going to ensure that the project's benefits are maxed out. So it's a very significant study that's going to go along to resilient infrastructure.
Okay, sounds good. We got Jeremy's coming up.
There's Jeremy.
He was a little tied up, but he's over here now. Let's get his mic ready.
All right.
How you doing, Jeremy?
Good.
Here's your mic so you can hear yourself. Get close up to the mic so we can hear you. Get you a little round of applause.
Welcome.
Jeremy Leavitt, City of Las Vegas. How you doing, Jeremy?
Doing really good.
You've been very busy over there, haven't you?
Yeah, we've had a few presentations and Project of the Year presentations and other duties.
Yeah. Now I mentioned the Boulder Highway Storm Drain was the project you guys are up for Project of the Year, right?
Yeah, that was a good project. Anita Marquez over at who is now at the Water District.
Right.
She was the project manager on that, so she's there. So we brought it to the conference for Project of the Year. Great project.
Sounds like it.
Over a mile of large storm drain box, and went into the neighborhoods and picked up a lot of bubbler issues and other local drainage issues, and just a good project to improve the flooding in the area and implement the master plan and just good infrastructure that's in the ground now.
Right.
Excellent.
So part of the 10-year master plan with Clark County Regional Flood.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, so they have the master plan that each entity works on their focus, and so that was a main focus area for us was that corridor along Charleston and Boulder Highway.
Got it.
And so we got that one done first because the downstream section, and then we're moving. The next project is just starting on Monday. Is the Charleston and Maryland project. It has big storm drain from the end of the Boulder Highway project up to Maryland, and then over from Maryland over basically to Stewart, and then Little Fingers, picking up a lot of drainage issues. There's a lot of flooding areas over in that area, and those old areas that don't have anything to protect them. So it's going to be a big help to that area.
Yeah, it's amazing in Vegas how it doesn't rain often, but when it does, it's like you get a whole lot in a little amount of time, and there's nowhere for it to seep through. So I mean, it's got to get them down into the big culverts and everything, so it all drains out right. I remember I don't know what year it was, where the Great Flood. I mean, that was a
99 was a big one.
99, yeah, that was a huge one, and like the infrastructure, storm drain infrastructure, has really grown a lot. So I don't know how many thousands of miles or how many miles of storm drain infrastructure there is now, but it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know off the top of my head, but
that'd be a good trivia.
Yeah, good trivia, and we have it. Sometimes we have it listed on some stuff for the flood control district, but we don't have it on the top of my head.
Right.
Yeah.
It's many miles.
Yeah.
And really the master plan's about halfway done. Because it just keeps growing.
Okay. Wow.
And so all the internal stuff is pretty well done, and then you have some older infrastructure you have to replace.
Right.
But it's really only about halfway finished because it's a growing animal, but also you're fixing stuff that's old.
Right.
So it's just.
Of course.
Yeah. So
awesome. Now,
going.
was there any challenges with that project that you know of?
There were working close to the neighborhoods was a challenge. They had to trench right by some of the houses, right by people's houses, so they had to work a lot with them directly to make sure they weren't disrupting the community. They worked pretty well with them. There were some groundwater issues to deal with. They had the Baker tanks set up to pump out the groundwater and get it discharged into the sewer. And that was one of the main things is the trench safety, the deep trench, the big boxes,
of course.
And then the groundwater was kind of the not unknown, but it's just one of those unique to the project.
What was do you know what the deepest install was off the top of your head? Just a roundabout?
I think it was about 20 feet.
20 feet?
That's pretty good.
Wow. Yeah. That's down in there, and when you come to trench box safety, lots to entail in that. Well, yeah, that's we hope y'all get it. That's an excellent project. Now, and there's another big one we did with you guys, Moccasin Avenue. That was a big project we did up in the northwest corridor. Yeah,
northwest corridor. I was going to say I could bring Nikki. Well, I'm taking the picture right now. She knows all about that one.
Okay.
But that's a big over like a mile and a half of giant storm drain box. Kind of out in the open. They really helped to benefit like the Sky Canyon development, and also it helps the city implement the master plan. But it's a huge box that kind of connected from Sky Canyon out to in the northwest. 20 by 10 boxes. She just told me. Mile and a half. But it went really well. 7 months ahead of schedule, and it just
really
they did a great job.
And
7 months.
And that area
alone would be.
There's a lot of high velocity in that area, so we had to make some. It was calling for I think 2 inches additional cover over the steel. So what we did is we kind of changed that, modified it to 1 inch cover, and we used 8,000 psi compressed strength. Yeah.
So we combination.
We called for, because the velocities are over 35 feet per second, and the manuals is 30 feet max for concrete. So over 35 is crazy. It was like between 35 and 40 feet per second.
Yeah. That's
so you have, and out there when you have all the aggregate in there and sand, it's
very
going to tear
abrasive type jagged material coming through at that high velocity.
Yeah, absolutely. So what we called for was 6,000 psi and 2 inches of concrete, but because of the forms and everything, it would have made it really. Had to buy new forms and made it really hard to do. So they came up with 8,000 psi and 1 inch of sacrificial extra concrete. And we said, okay, that's good. I think
a little more density on that surface.
Right. Of course. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that very big projects. And what are some big upcoming projects that are coming up worth mentioning?
So on the storm drain front, there are some big projects. The next upstream piece of the Boulder Highway storm drain is just starting on Monday. Like I said, it's Charleston and Maryland storm drain, and has over 2 miles of storm drain, just a lot of boxes and pipe and everything. And then after that, they're still in design, is the next upstream piece above that is from Maryland to Maine.
Okay.
And so that'll help. So that's kind of the last. So there's the issues at the Charleston underpass. And there's a lot of things that have been done in the past to help out the Charleston Underpass drainage issue. But with that project to Maine, and then there's one last project that goes under the railroad tracks that's going to build a lot of the inlets under the Charleston Underpass.
Right.
That'll be like the final coup de grace, so to speak, for the Charleston Underpass drainage, and it's a lot better than it used to be, but it still floods.
Yeah.
So this whole system's going to help that out tremendously, to the point where it shouldn't be flooding anymore.
Great.
Excellent.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, what your thoughts are on resilient and sustainable infrastructure as it relates to concrete, but it sounds like you guys are City of Las Vegas is right on par with with concrete utilization for resilience and sustainability.
It's for us, that's the thing to do. We got concrete structures, they last a long time. Reinforced concrete lasts a long time. It's proven for us. And we stick it in the ground. Generally don't have to worry about it too much.
Go
ahead and clean it out, but it's not like we have the high velocities, we might have to worry about it, but other than that, it's a lot cleaner. It's something we don't have to worry about as much as coming in with other materials.
Awesome. Maintenance budget's not taxed unexpectedly.
Awesome. Exactly. Good to hear. What you got planned for the rest of the conference?
So we got the banquet after this. Then tomorrow, do a little of the conference, some sessions, and then we're going to go. They canceled the bike ride, but we're going to go.
They did?
They had the last few years. They've had a bike ride that Luma's set up.
Right.
To the Flume Trail, but
so that's canceled.
I think because of some other things with the fire and everything. I think that got canceled, but. There's a few people, just some people that are doing it. I'm going to do it with a couple buddies on tomorrow morning.
Oh, that's good.
With a small group.
So
that'll be fun.
Yeah, excellent. I was actually thinking about that. I might get with you to see when everybody's doing it. Okay. Sounds good. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeremy Leavitt with City of Las Vegas. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Best of luck on the project of the year.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
There you go.
Awesome.
Okay. Take care.
All right. That's a hell of a project of the year right there, man. I'll tell you what.
A lot going on with that.
Yep. Okay, next up, who do we have?
Line them up.
Let's bring on Carson City. Carson City Director of Public Works going to come in here and join us. Grab your headphones. How you doing, Darren?
Doing very well, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Daryl Schulz. Am I saying that right?
Schulz, that's right.
Yeah. Public Works, City of Carson. Glad to have you with us. How are you enjoying the conference so far?
Oh, it's been great. Exceeded the expectations, I think.
Yeah,
sure.
Good.
Yeah, I was kind of worried with all the fires that did get canceled. I was kind of bracing myself because this is one of my favorite conferences.
Yeah.
Just the networking and the people. And I was saying earlier that among all the APWAs, the Nevada APWA to me stands out. Just how close knit everybody is.
Yeah. Like Raquel says, it's a family.
Yeah. It is,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, you guys are up for one of the project of the years, I believe the South Carson Complete Streets Project.
That's it.
Yeah. Awesome. You want to tell us a little bit about that project?
Sure. So our elected officials there in Carson City a few years ago decided that we really needed to improve the entrances into our city. So our corridors coming in from the south, coming in from the north, and coming in from the east.
Right.
So they raised some sales tax funding for it, and so we're slowly, methodically kind of going through that. So we started in our downtown core, and then the next project was the South Carson Street project. So it's just over 2 mile stretch.
Wow, okay.
We did a complete street project on it. So did all the utilities and also made it so it was for all kinds of pedestrians, buses, bikes.
Bikes too?
Yep, and then the vehicles, and it was the old state highway went right through Carson City.
Okay.
We now have a freeway that goes around us, so we're trying to get rid of the highway feel and actually make it a road that people want to drive on and come to, and not drive through is our goal. So
Makes
a
sense.
multi-use path that runs along parallel to it, over 2 miles long, and then landscaping, lighting. We had some safety issues out there.
Oh wow!
And then we also redid all the utilities under there. So dig once.
I was going to say,
the public deserves that we don't go dig it right back up after we finish.
Exactly.
So it was about a $20 million project that we're just wrapping up. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, City of Carson's growing. I'm pretty impressed with the growth of Carson City over the last 10 years. It's a small, quaint city still, but still, it's growing. It can hold its own.
Yeah.
Now, with your project, with this project of the year, was there any challenges that you guys ran across at all?
Really, the main challenges were, it's lined with businesses, which is the heart of our sales tax. A lot of car dealerships along there,
of course.
And the biggest challenge was just trying to provide access for the customers for those businesses.
Right.
We did this as a CMAR delivery method, and so ahead of time, we went out and met with all the businesses, gave them a point of contact directly with the contractor and with the city, so that we could kind of work through it. And then we had a weekly plan of how we were going to do it and what we were going to close, what we were going to leave open. So we felt very successful, and the businesses were happy with it.
They were happy with it too.
They were. And now that it's done, they are absolutely thrilled with it. They're just, they're
That's
very
great
thrilled.
to hear.
So it turned out good. So, and then a little bit of challenges with the utilities,
of course,
which you can't see.
It happens.
That's it. Right.
Until you do, you're like, okay, what do we do now?
That's right. Not major, but what you would expect. Just things not quite being where we thought they were.
Something of that scale. I mean,
and we did a lot of storm drain work. The water comes off the west of Carson City, out of the hills, right through the center of town where this project was, and then out to the river. And so our Carson Mall, it floods when we get a big rain.
Right,
that
it builds
floods.
up right there.
Yeah. So a lot of storm drain, a lot of pipe, a lot of box that we put in. So we're ready for it to rain.
Yep.
Yeah.
Put in
and watch it rain.
That's right.
Put in the backbone and watch the water flow. Hopefully, just as long as it stays off the roots.
Only a civil engineer could really enjoy it. It's raining. I got to go out and watch it. Watch the culvert work.
We can't wait.
Really enjoyed it. And I saw it somewhere. There was like some sustainability variables in that project as well.
Absolutely. Yep. We tried to make it so that it was, once we're done, it's low maintenance.
Okay.
And then also we got buy-in from the businesses, so all the landscaping that's along that corridor and cleaning, snow removal, that sort of stuff. We formed a neighborhood improvement district, and so that is funded by them. So that doesn't get funded by the city. That ongoing maintenance is funded by them. We'll take care of the asphalt and the sidewalks, that sort of stuff.
Right.
But all the landscaping and the cleaning, snow removal, power washing, all that's done by that NID that we formed.
Okay.
Got to form their own utility.
Sustainable. That's right.
Yeah, okay.
That's right. And they all agreed to well, they didn't all agree, but we had to get a certain amount of them to agree that, hey, we want to do this. We'll step up and pay for it because when it's done, it's going to be really nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, so that's project of the year. So what are some big projects that are in the works now, maybe worth mentioning, that are coming up in Carson City?
Well, the big one is right off of this one. Our next corridor is Williams Street. So that's the project. That's the highway that comes in from the east, from Dayton, Lyon County, and then ties into the freeway. And again, it's no longer a state highway. So we want to create it, want to slow it down, make a corridor, a friendly corridor out of it, get pedestrians, get bikes there, that sort of thing. That's the next project. We're going to start design of that in next calendar year, 22.
Awesome.
We anticipate being at about a $20 million project for us.
Wow. Okay.
That will also include some utilities.
Good.
So that's the big one coming, and then we're rehabilitating our water treatment plant. In Carson City.
Okay.
That project is under design right now. That's anticipated to be about a $12 million project. We'll go out to construction maybe mid to the third quarter of next year.
All right.
So that's a big water project that we have. And then after that, a number of kind of sewer rehab type projects, but smaller ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of residential development growth also coming up in Carson?
There's a lot. There's a lot of infill.
Right.
We don't have a lot of room to expand out. So the infill is going or tearing down the old stuff and building up.
That's more south of Carson?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
it is.
Got it.
Yes. And then there's a ranch on the east side of Carson City, the Lampa Ranch, and so that is now starting to be developed as well. So that's our last big open chunk of land that we have. The freeway actually bisects it right down the middle.
Okay.
But that's all getting developed now too. But we're starting to run out, and they're starting to have to go up. They got to go up. Yeah.
Got to build up.
We're definitely seeing more density. You know. So
next thing you know, it's gonna be high rises in Carson.
That carbon footprint.
50 years, gonna be a little mini New York. You'll see the tip tops from Lake Tahoe. It's no telling, man. You know.
We'll keep an eye on that.
You never know. You never know.
So let's set a camera, just time lapse for the next 50 years, and just watch it expand.
Well, right now we have an ordinance that you can't build higher than the state capitol because we want that to be.
And how tall is that?
I don't know offhand, but right now it's up there. So all buildings around
that
it have to be
may
below
need to
it.
be revisited.
Yeah, it always could be. Always could be. Or build that higher.
Just
creativity.
Build a random Burj Khalifa in Carson City. That would be
just
something.
A random
planes flying by. What's that?
Yeah.
That's great. Well, no, sounds like some awesome projects you got coming up here. What's your thoughts about the conference so far? So far, so good.
Yeah, I really, really love it. It's I think I was expecting that just coming back from COVID, it would be smaller. A lot of people would stay away, but this is great. Over 300 members here.
Yeah, the turnout's I love the turnout.
It's the best, and there's no better place to just interact with your peers and talk to people that you haven't seen about all kinds of different things. And it's great. It's a great conference. Yeah, love it here.
That's great.
Absolutely.
That's great. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Director of Public Works for Carson
City. You're very popular.
Very popular. Yeah, they're everywhere. They're everywhere.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely.
And good luck on the project of the year.
Thank you.
And I'm sure we'll see you here in a little bit.
Sounds good.
Thank you very much.
All right. Take care. Carson City, growing, booming.
So it sounds like.
Yeah. I've been back
Burj
in the day.
Khalifa?
I've been back in the day. It was a country town.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Okay, it's about to get interesting. We're going to bring Raquel Floyd.
Okay.
Come chat with us.
Come on
current president of she's dancing now. Okay, here she is.
Her days are numbered.
Current president of the APWA Southern. Tell me, adjuster Mike. Go ahead. Start talking. How you doing?
Very good.
Stay up on the mic.
I'm awesome. How are you all doing?
Raquel needs a round of applause. There we go.
There it is.
Yeah. Raquel also needs some tunes here. Just liven it up a little bit. There we go.
I like that.
Yeah.
Do you like that?
It's a vibe.
I do like that.
Yeah, it's got Raquel written all over it.
It does have Raquel written all over it.
Here's the power cord.
How's the conference going so far? What do you think, Miss President?
As president of this fabulous chapter for the state of Nevada, APWA, I'm really proud. I'm really proud of our membership of 600 people that 300 have registered for this conference.
That's a good rate right there.
It's a fantastic. I get goosebumps talking about it. This chapter is exceptional. It's very unique. There's something, people have heard me say this many times, there's something very unique about our chapter. We're all here together. I mean, just looking across this room.
Right.
Consultants, suppliers, contractors, owners, and we're a family. I mean,
exactly.
And I know people laugh at me if I had $1 every time I said family, but it really is.
Yeah.
We really are.
And if I had $1 for every time I've said on this podcast that this is one of the closest niched APWAs that I've been involved with, it's, I mean, like you said, everybody knows everybody. It's like more like a day camp more than a conference.
It kind of is, and thank God, it's an over 21-day camp. So
thank God, yeah. That helps.
It's fantastic. I couldn't be more proud to represent this group.
Awesome.
So,
what about our new president-elect that's going to be coming in? Deanna Gray.
Excuse me, Miss Deanna Gray.
Yep.
Deanna and I have been working with this association together for 15 years. It's a process to get to be to have the honor to lead the chapter as the president. So we've both come through conference committees. We're still both very involved with conference committees for both North and South.
Nice.
But Deanna's been a great partner. She's always had my back. She has for 10 years now. So
that's great. That's right. You said
for women, for women and leadership. Our chapter, we talked about this a little bit yesterday with one of our presenters, and again, just another unique aspect of our group and
are
the professionalism.
Are you sad to be leaving? I'm sure you're still going to be involved, but
because it's all volunteer.
You can never
leave.
You can never leave.
So if you've been volunteering for 12 years, it's kind of like. Not for me, Steve, but for you, it's like working out, right? Like you work out,
it's like growing a beard
in your sleep or growing your beard.
There you go.
You don't not do it. So you don't not volunteer for APWA.
You saw the analogy.
Once you're volunteered for APWA.
I like the analogy.
You like that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Hey, Stu, why don't you bring up that award that Oksol got again while Raquel's here?
I don't have that in front of me. You don't have it. What's the name of that? It's the chapter award. Is that the?
It's a national award.
Absolutely.
While we're a chapter of 600 members, we're a national organization of over 30,000.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm very proud as a DBE in 19 states, but specific to Nevada, we won the national award for corporate member of the year.
Corporate member, right.
So it's the Swearingen Award.
Swearingen.
And so we've been lucky enough that I won it personally, the first time our state's ever won the national award for the personal member, but as well, we just won this year for corporate. So it's pretty
noticed in the write-up in the APWA Reporter magazine.
Yes, sir.
The groups that win those awards in my chapter, Arizona, usually you have one, maybe two people in the company that participate, to some level.
Yeah.
That stuck out. You had, the list of very involved people, 4, 5, 6 people.
We're 100% committed.
Very involved. Yeah.
We've had the YP chair, young professional, which again we're very impassioned
about. That's important.
Yeah.
Start them young, get involved.
It's just a great organization. It's a no-brainer. I can't help but mentor. I've been mentoring, for the last day and a half.
Natural.
And so it's just a fantastic opportunity to be here and meet people like yourselves.
Exactly.
And friendships that. I met my husband here, so
there we go.
My best friend who married us.
What more can you say?
It's the value of membership just keeps on giving.
That's soliciting. Join the Nevada APWA.
In that case, it was a pseudo dating site.
To some degree.
Match.com, APWA.
Our luncheon speaker said today, it's like the Match.com of nerds.
Of nerds. The nerdsmatch.com.
Well, did you hear our last segment? We were just marveling about how we can go watch water flow through culverts. And how fascinating and just fun that is. That's what we do.
Certainly we're a specific group, right? We
very kind.
We chant that you can't push the rope and water rolls downhill. So
awesome.
So we kind of live it and breathe it.
Awesome.
So,
yes.
Well, Raquel, thank you so much for coming on. Glad you came on.
Good seeing you again.
Thank you, Stu.
We'll see you at dinner.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure. Have a good time. Have a good show.
Appreciate the cameo.
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen,
take care.
Round of applause. There we go. Raquel Floyd.
Nice.
Always a favorite at APWA.
Oh man.
Okay, who we got next?
Very impassioned.
We got so much going on tonight. We got so many people we need to. Let's bring in.
Who do you want to bring in?
Let's bring in Garth Oksol.
Garth?
Garth Oksol, come on in. Yep, come on right in, Garth.
Standing by. Thanks very much.
How you doing, Garth? Let me adjust your mic here. quick.
On the fly. The technology we do is we don't have any roadies, Garth, to help us out. You know?
It sounds like, yeah.
Hold on a second.
You've got this dialed in really well.
It's impressive.
All right. The talk of the conference here. What is Rinker doing over there in their booth?
They can't hear us. We're talking and we're like,
stay on the mic so we can hear you.
Yeah.
Garth, how you doing?
I'm doing awesome. Thanks for inviting me.
Oksol is project manager for Jub. Am I getting it right?
Lead program manager.
Lead program manager. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We got to have the longer title now.
Absolutely.
So,
a lot of syllables.
There is a lot of them.
So Garth used to be with the RTC.
Yes, RTC at Washoe County.
RTC Washoe County. And then from there you went to Dyer.
Parsons, actually.
Parsons, okay.
Yep. Went to Parsons for 3.5 years and then just joined JUB Engineers here about 2.5 months ago.
How you like JUB?
Oh, wow.
JUB.
I love it. Yeah, they're a great group of folks.
That's great. That's great. So what are some big things JUB is working on right now? Project-wise?
So I just got an email today talking about all the recent wins we've had and how we are at capacity, which is an exciting thing to be in this economy with the work that we're doing, the things we're doing. But one of the things that I was really surprised about was JUB was basically the utility engineer for all of the improvements at Salt Lake City Airport. It's about roughly $5 billion in improvements, and JUB did all of the utility relocates and design for that. So I did not know that joining the company. When I heard that, I was like, that's pretty impressive.
That's a large scope type project too.
Makes you feel better about going over there after you learn that later. You say,
that's my company.
Not that you wouldn't have gone there, but I mean,
right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, what are some big things you guys are working on in Nevada, like upcoming?
Well, we've got a couple.
Currently too.
We have some proposals we're going after that I'll kind of keep a little.
I was going to say.
Let's reflect on some things you guys have done in Nevada already.
So Dyer Engineering, which is what JUB bought out, they were really known for mining and water in Nevada.
Okay.
They started getting into the transportation side of things, the public works side of things. They've really been growing the public works side over the last 3 years or so.
Okay.
The transportation is fairly new. That's why they asked me to come and help out with that.
Right.
So we're definitely JUB has made a huge commitment for Nevada, especially Northern Nevada, in the transportation world.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
So we got a small staff right now. We're in the works of getting a couple more people on board here really soon.
Right.
We're looking at moving into a new office that's over twice the size of our current one. So we've got some big goals.
So
there.
I take it you don't have a lot of work from home initiatives going on?
They're flexible up to the individual.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, we would like people to work in the office. That was actually one of the things that was attractive for me was coming back to an office.
Right.
Just because I like that personal collaboration.
Same here.
The one-on-one mentorship.
The dynamic is completely different.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure some people don't mind the working at home, but with the dynamic, when you have people around you, like you said, the collaborative, initiative.
And the snacks are much better in the office.
Of course. Yeah.
Do not discount that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Garth goes for the snack. All the kids ate the snacks. Are like,
Again, when you're home, we asked an earlier guest, who wins that battle? You never win that battle.
You don't.
The kids are,
They get first dibs.
How about the internet? They get internet first dibs as well?
Oh my gosh, that was quite an issue with COVID.
During COVID?
So my wife works from home. She was a professional business coach.
Okay.
So she was doing everything on live, Zooms.
Yeah, right.
Or FaceTime. So now I had kids at home. They're doing their classes.
Right,
and so we're trying to coordinate internet bandwidth because our neighborhood cannot be upgraded anymore unless they do a whole new fiber optic run. So our cul-de-sac is tapped out. So all of us are,
that's all the bandwidth you get.
Exactly. Yeah.
It makes the family a tighter unit, though, when you work those struggles out, right?
We became so organized of who could use it when and what.
It's like a military.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I've been asking a lot of the municipal and public works engineers what their thoughts was on infrastructure as it relates to concrete, or concrete as it relates to infrastructure.
Yeah.
I guess you guys do a lot of development type stuff. What's your thought from a development standpoint? How does concrete correlate, just right with, development?
I mean, Steve, because we've known each other for a number of years.
Yeah.
I'm a big proponent of concrete. I personally love, as we're dealing with the things I deal with in my world, transportation, roads, I love doing concrete intersections.
Yeah.
In our Northern Nevada community here, I think I've been the project manager on the vast majority of the concrete intersections and even roundabouts.
Right.
Because you want to get in, get it done, get out, and stay out.
Right.
I mean, you got to do a little bit of maintenance, but not nearly as much as you got asphalt.
Absolutely.
Asphalt has its place in the right applications.
Right.
We all do.
Yep.
But when you're dealing with an area of high traffic, high volumes, high loads, let's just get in, do concrete.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Stay out of there. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. There's a lot of roundabouts here.
And there should be more.
There should be more. Years ago is when I first kind of saw the roundabout boom. I guess here happen here, and then it originally, like I mentioned before, I'm from Louisiana. So Louisiana just hopped on board the roundabout thing just recently, a few years back. So what's funny is when we went back and the roundabouts were done, they didn't understand roundabouts down there, and it caused chaos, and the people just fussing and what is this roundabout? And like I went and the traffic backed up cars would pull up and stop. No, that's not how it works.
Yeah,
you're supposed to go.
Yeah.
So I was just like, man,
those crazy cages.
Everybody come to Nevada, see how it works a little bit.
Yeah.
And then go back.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm a big proponent of roundabouts in the right location.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the right location.
Just like with concrete.
Yeah.
You got to do it in the right spot.
Yeah. So where would the wrong location be for a roundabout?
So, Whoa.
Oh, was that me?
I don't know.
I love that question.
Yeah. Something exciting.
That was a
great.
Hey, hold on here. We got one. There. Take that. Okay.
Yeah. That was almost identical.
That was.
Yeah.
Very close.
Amazing.
So the wrong location could be where you've got, what can happen is you've got unequal loads into the roundabout where one leg is just dominating
That
the other
makes
one.
sense.
Yeah. High pedestrian traffic can be issues.
Okay.
There's ways around that, but that can be an area. And also roundabouts are only good up to a certain amount of traffic. Once you start getting too much traffic, the roundabout breaks down.
Okay.
Yeah.
No matter the size.
Then you start getting into like 3-lane roundabouts.
So one of those like London roundabouts won't work?
The problem with those is they take up so much space. Yeah.
There's no system to it.
I'll be experiencing that next year.
Then you get the Clark W. Griswolds.
Exactly. Hey, look, kids, Big Ben.
Yeah.
Look, kids, Carson City State Capitol.
Perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Look at that. It does happen. It does happen.
Yeah.
I've seen video from, I don't know if it was India or something. There was like no rhyme or reason. But there was no wrecks. Cars were somehow finding their way through.
Okay.
There was an understanding, apparently.
Yeah. Well, so I'm going to really nerd out on you here for a minute.
Oh, here we go.
So one of my favorite books I read was called Traffic. Why We Drive the Way We Do and What It Says About Us. And they talked about India.
Really?
And how India, in essence, has a lack of traffic control, stop signs, whatever. And they talk about it from a driver's standpoint, you're on edge, so you naturally slow down.
Okay.
They said here in the Western culture, we've made it so easy with guardrails, wide lanes, long stretches, banked turns, super elevations, to give you a sense of safety. So you drive faster, your attention span goes down.
That makes sense.
And you have much more severe accidents. So they actually did a study in Europe, and it was kind of like Carson City, where the highway used to go through downtown Carson City.
Right.
And a lot of accidents, and what they did is they actually basically did a complete street, widened the sidewalks, put a bunch of trees up, removed the stop signs, and as the drivers are coming into this European town at high speeds, they start feeling uncomfortable, and they naturally slow down. So they did a study, the accidents, the pedestrian stuff, everything plummeted because the driver was uncomfortable.
That feeling.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the name of that book? That sounds...
It's Traffic. Why We Drive the Way We Do, and What It Says About Us. And here's the thing: when you see the book in person or Amazon, it's very thick. But literally, the back 40% of it is just all of the research that he references into the book. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's an intimidating book when you look at it, but it's a quick read.
Don't be afraid then.
Yeah, don't be afraid. Just jump in with
that. That might rival what we were talking about just a little while ago. The fun that civil engineers have watching flow through large culverts and seeing that they work. Hey, let's run down. We have a rainfall event. Where are you going? We're going to go see the rain go through the culvert.
We're going to go watch our new project.
So
we're going to watch the rain go. It's working.
Is it laminar flow?
That's laminar.
See?
Yeah.
You just sit there and you wonder.
Yeah.
Other people are like, what are they doing?
What are those nerds doing?
Is there a fish down there? They got a gator down there?
Yeah.
What are they looking at? What are y'all doing? It's water.
Yeah. I'm just watching the little eddies.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? So I've been talking a lot about resiliency and sustainability.
Yes.
Especially in lieu of all these fires that have been going on, and it's flooding in other places of the nation. What are your thoughts on resiliency and sustainability? The importance of it, in addition to how important it is for proper material selection to adhere to that resiliency and sustainability.
I think it's got to be a primary point in your decision-making process.
Right.
Interesting.
What is the life cycle of whatever it is you're putting in place?
Right.
Because you look at what the Romans did, hundreds, thousands of years ago, and for the most part, it's still standing. In a lot of cases, it's still functional. And
Absolutely.
now, like I love, kind of bringing it back to European. I love the European mode of things where they put all their money into the base.
Yes.
And it's just the driving surface that they're redoing.
Yes.
So you bring that into concrete. You could, obviously do recycled concrete as the base. That gives you a really long life. You could do the base, concrete for the driving surface as well, or concrete mid layer with a little asphalt on top, because the grinding off and the repaving of asphalt goes quick. But you've got that solid concrete mid layer, if you will.
Right.
So I absolutely believe in that. It makes sense. Yes, the cost is higher up front, but again,
I was going to say, then how do you address that challenge with the client that says, hey, life cycle, life schmichael, that type of thing.
I was talking about earlier about the some issues with design build sometimes, and then the procurement, how, once the low bidder gets it, then it goes down the chain, and then they just get they look at, for example, in our industry, storm drain, they look at all the materials equally. They really don't take into account the variations in installation and inspection and design life, the most important thing.
And unfortunately, in order to get the decisions made, you've got to educate the decision makers.
Right.
And that becomes the most challenging part of our job. Is one, getting time in front of them, because time is so critical nowadays. But then two, properly relaying the message of how it works. And you've got to, as I say, you've got to do a win-win scenario with them. What is their win, but then what is our win also? Because if you can establish a win-win on both sides, you start getting that connection, that teamwork, and they start trusting you. Because otherwise, if on their side, they're just saying, well, you just want this because you want me to use your product.
Right.
So you really have to upfront their win, and then be totally honest. It says, and of course I benefit from it. I'm providing you the material.
Right.
But I'm doing that because I believe in the material.
Absolutely.
And I believe we can provide you a superior product. So
and as a designer, they, if you team up like that, they'll respect your. I'm concerned about you have your own liabilities and things like that.
And some of that it comes down to the politicians also. If the politicians are educated on life cycle costs, then they're going to put less pressure on the public works directors to get that project under a certain magical dollar amount.
But then there's that's a double negative. It's like but then there's the issues where sometimes if you do that and it gets down to the public works director, they feel like, why did you go over my head? Why are and they
from our perspective, if we go,
right. So it's kind of like it's a delicate
challenge.
It's a delicate slope to kind of try to navigate.
It is. It's a dance.
It is.
And I step on toes at times.
Right. We all do.
We try not to, but we.
It happens. It happens. Funny you were talking about the ancient, things from 4,000 years ago. And we hear a lot about it. Mike Dunning was here a little while ago, and he said, after he retired, he did a lot of traveling. Went overseas to where was Budapest and some other country. And he said Jordan. And he said that he saw some 4,000-year-old parts of infrastructure, like a catch basin, and it was still in use. So that's a big testament to it goes back to concrete. And things of this sort.
And they actually cut through the street to connect the catch basin, the drop inlet. That's what he told us. He goes, even back then they did it.
Even back then, that's funny.
You got to improvise even back then.
Exactly.
That's what it's all about. What do you got planned for the rest of the conference?
Well, tonight we got the banquet. So obviously we're going to enjoy that. Hopefully I can be fortunate and win a raffle or two. We always give back to our members. That's one of the things people love, is that we give back, whether it be education or raffle prizes or just camaraderie. Tomorrow, got a couple of sessions. Then we got the golf tournament.
So you're doing the golf tournament?
I am doing the golf tournament.
I saw they had a bike thing, but it got canceled, or it kind of did. Or
I think
smaller scale with Jeremy Leavitt. I don't know.
Well, I'm guessing the route was probably in the burn area.
Oh, okay.
They canceled it because of the burn area.
I got it. Got it.
Yeah, that was pretty. Well, it's still going on.
Are you still doing downhill biking?
All terrain.
All terrain?
Yeah, I put an order in for a custom-made bike. It's on like a 7-month delay.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember I went to Jeremy's house one time.
The chip?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I did the wire. I did the wireless shifters.
And that's what, just like the cars.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I was kidding, but all right.
I went to Garth's office one time. He had a bike in there. I've never heard of it. It was Fazzari.
Fazzari. That's the one that's on back order.
And it looked so awesome. And then I texted my friend who likes bikes, and then so he ordered one.
Yeah.
But then you told me the stories of the downhill bike, and at the time I didn't know it was a thing.
Yeah.
Apparently there's a special bike, and so somebody drives y'all up there.
Yep.
And then you just
Never
go downhill from Mount Rose.
No, all the ski resorts have, well, I shouldn't say all of them, most of the ski resorts have it. You take the tram, just like you would in the summertime, up to the top of the mountain, but your bikes are, outside on the hooks, and you get up there and you just bomb down the mountains. They've got literally trails that they've cut in. I mean,
you're booking it.
Yeah, and the bike is purely set up for suspension. I mean, you've got 6-7 inches of travel. They're not meant for climbing. They're just meant for down.
Yeah,
is that right?
Yeah,
it's something else. So when he told me, I looked up some videos on YouTube. I'm like, what? Nope.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Well, see, I'm 47 now, so I'm doing the all mountain. That's
Okay,
that's
I got you.
That's a little bit gentler.
I'm right behind you at 46. So.
Yeah, and I used my age for the custom-made bike because I told my wife, I said, I need all the plush stuff I can get.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Make it soft. Make it really soft.
There you go.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's cool. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much, Garth, for being on.
Absolutely.
There's a round of applause again.
Yeah.
There we go. I
We're
like
glad
it.
you joined us.
Standing ovation. Look at
Standing
that.
ovation, everybody.
They are a very gracious
let's keep it
crowd
going.
out there.
Yeah,
Very
of course.
gracious.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you, everyone. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, see?
Okay, easy.
That
with
much
the-
feedback.
There we
okay,
go.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
Stu.
Sorry.
All right,
right.
thank you. We're going to run
Yeah.
you a little
Excuse
bit.
me.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Anytime.
Garth.
Anytime.
Thank you, guys.
Anytime. Feedback everywhere. Yeah, we're not. Hey, are they done?
I guess I didn't turn it down a little bit.
Are they done?
Everybody get in the banquet. It's kind of move
Oh,
on into
I
the
wish it was
banquet.
crickets.
I wish it was.
All you
Anyway.
guys,
Well, Stu,
it's gonna be
Steve,
head on in there.
where's my...
Tim McCoy, I'm talking to you.
Trying to drown it out. There we
Try
go.
to drown it out.
There we go.
Yeah, you guys are good.
Well, that's kind of a wrap for the PipeCast from the Nevada
We did it.
APWA Fall Conference. Episode, so what does this make? Episode number what?
Number 11? No, it's 10. It's 10.
Number 10?
Number 10.
Number 10. We had some amazing guests.
Binary.
Thank you to Carson City. Thank you to City Las Vegas.
Yes.
Jeremy. Thank you to Garth. Thank you to Raquel. Thank you to Nevada DOT.
Clark County.
Thank you to APWA for having us.
Yes,
They came on.
appreciate
And
that.
thank you for everything. Hark Engineers. I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody. Yeah.
There's so many.
Yeah, thank you to Stu for all his initiatives and hard work and
Steve,
all
I want to thank you
all
for
the
setting
pipe
this up.
laying you've been doing. And
I mean, I've been,
yeah,
what?
special thank Las Vegas Paving, the
There you
amazing
go.
all
There
the
you
pipe
go.
laying they've been doing.
They've been laying it like a
They're going to be
mother.
laying it all year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's hope so.
Let's hope so. They
All
got to
right,
have the pipe.
Steve.
All right, Stu.
It's been great.
It's been great.
See you next month.
See you next. Yeah, we'll do once a
We
month.
probably will.
We'll start doing these once a month, so tune in. It'll be good. We'll announce the guests that are going to be coming up in the coming months. Again, from DOTs to municipalities. We'll try to get some developers on as well. Maybe some political figures.
Yeah, we're going to definitely try to get that done.
That'd be great.
right.
That'd
Yeah.
be great. And as we mentioned earlier, don't forget the opportunities for PDHs through the ACPA.
Concretepipe.org.
Concretepipe.org.
And rinkerpipe.org.
Rinkerpipe.org.
.com.
Right.
Org, is that org?
Org.
Comnet.
You're all over the place, man.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. We're just running with it. Okay.
We are running. Good jams.
I'm Steve Newell-Fortune.
I'm Stu Waller.
Took him a minute. And
I was into the jam.
Thanks again for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the show from the Nevada APWA in Paradise City of beautiful South Lake Tahoe,
Good tie.
where the grass is green and my fiance is pretty.
Oh, good
I didn't say the girls
good
are pretty.
catch,
I
good
said my
catch.
fiance is pretty.
I see what you did there.
You see what I did there.
Oh.
She's right over here staring at me. So anyway, until next time, thank you very
Thank
much for
you.
joining us.
Over and out.
Over and out.